Vimes sat and stared at the wall. Every so often his eyes drifted guiltily back to the piles of paperwork. He'd more or less come to terms with his new role as a kind of administrator and figurehead, but that didn't mean he had to like it or look it in the eyes if he didn't choose to. There was a knock on the door. "Come in, Carrot." Captain Carrot Ironfounderson was still mystified how his superior officer knew it was him every time, but also knew better than to ask nowadays. Vimes' own eyes grew wide when Carrot was followed in the door by most of his senior staff. Angua followed Carrot with no appearance of concern. Behind her were Colon and Detritus, both looking sheepish, and skulking behind them, Nobby, lurking with a face that plainly said he'd rather be anywhere else but here. "Well, the gang's all here. What can possibly bring you all into my office at the same time? His lordship can't be dead. I'd have heard the bells ringing out. So, what's up?" A good deal of floor and ceiling study ensued. Vimes enjoyed a good staring match, but preferred it when any of the other competitors actually engaged with him. He gave it another 30 seconds before he began to become slightly nervous and volunteered. "Please, tell me nothing's wrong with Sybil or young Sam." There was a further uncomfortable pause before Angua cleared her throat and said, "No, sir, your family are fine." "Well, what the hell is it then? I've seen happier funerals." Eventually Carrot said, "Well, sir, we know how much you love wizards." Vimes stood up and thumped the desk. "What have those misbegotten sons of mothers done now?" Carrot swallowed visibly. "Well, sir, it seems to be a question of existence." "What the hell do you mean, Captain? As far as I can see, existence is as normal. You are standing in front of me. I am shouting at you." "I was worried you might say that, Mr. Vimes," said Colon, shaking visibly. "But it's a bit more existential than that, sir." Vimes recoiled. If Fred was chipping in, it must be fairly basic. "Well, come on, speak up. What have those robe-wearing misanthropes done this time?" There was silence. "Talk to me, people." Nobby peeked out from behind Angua. "Well, we would, sir, but we think you'll go spare." Vimes grimaced. "Nobby, if you don't tell me, I'll go absolutely librarian poo. Which would you prefer?" Colon eventually managed. "Well, sir, do you really believe in us?" "What?" "Well, there are days I can't believe you, but of course I believe in you. You're my officers." After a little pause, Angua said, "Sir, they've been doing research about causality in the high-energy magic building." "And?" "Well, it seems that how we consider existence doesn't tie in with their equations." "Right. And?" "Well, it seems, sir, if people don't start doing certain things, we'll cease to exist." "You're telling me that if I don't believe in you lot, or measure up to a wizard's tonka, I won't exist?" "Not exactly, sir." "Then what do you mean?" "It's more complicated than that, sir." "How?" "Well, apparently there are metrics, sir." "So? We've been doing metrics for veterinary for years now. What's the problem?" "Well, sir, different metrics." Angua's voice petered out. Vimes glared. Carrot tried to pick up Angua's train of thought. "Well, sir, if we don't meet certain metrics, it seems we literally won't exist." Vimes glared at him now. "We've covered this. I shout at you, therefore we exist. Clamabo, ergo, ego sum. What's the problem?" Nobby insinuated himself again. I told them you'd go spare. Nobby, if you don't tell me what's going on, then I'll damn well go spare. Well, sir, it's these metrics the wizards are on about. What the hell do you all mean? I wish I knew, sir. That's what the clever ones are here for. There was another uncomfortable silence. After a while, detritus rumbled. Well, sir, it seems like this. If people likes us, then we exists a bit. If people subscribes to us, then we definitely exists. Vimes stood silent for a moment. Eventually he said, But I don't give a damn if anybody likes me. The squad paused again. Eventually Carrot said, I know, sir, but in this New World Order, apparently, it's a thing. It's about existence, sir. If the people don't like us or subscribe to us, then we don't exist, sir. Apparently, they need to like and subscribe, sir. Well, to hell with that, said Vimes.